Our viewers at home, we welcome every one of you to Niger Mouthpiece. Today we have a Nigerian that is doing extraordinary in his chosen career. To bring him on set is myself, Phillips Ayodike. We have Mr. Cyprian Oketa, the MD CEO, Ceemag Logistics Incorporated.
I appreciate for having me in your program, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase the good work we are doing. As you rightly said, my name is Cyprian. Let me put my Igbo name, Cyprian Oketa. I came to this country, we migrated with my family in 2008, and then since then, so far, so good. And as you rightly said, I was a practicing engineer back home before coming to Canada. And then, as God will have it, I found myself in logistics business. So far, so good. To God be the glory.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Cyprian. It will do us a favor to know your educational background and how you transited from being an engineer to becoming a logistics
person. Okay, as I said before, back in Nigeria, I was a practicing civil engineer. I owned my own firm. The name of the firm, the same thing with my logistics company, Ceemag Engineering Services Company in Abuja. And then I migrated with my family in 2008. We came in as a landed immigrant. And when I came in, and I went to Centennial College, where I did construction management. From there on, I tried to fit myself into my field. But due to one thing or the other, I couldn't, fit myself in. I finally found myself working with Air Canada Cargo. I worked with Air Canada Cargo for up to 10 years or thereabouts, and I left there as a supervisor. As carrying out my duty when I was Air Canada Cargo, and I found out that a lot of volume of cargo movement, and that gave me inspiration. And I asked myself, most of this cargo do come from Caribbean. Most of this cargo do come from Europe and every other place, but nothing comes from Africa. Why are we, lagging behind? Why are we not bringing things in from Africa? And at that point, I made my own research, and I found out that we Nigerians here in Canada, we are very difficult to bring things in. And we're very difficult to send things back home. It's either you use DHL or use the normal conventional way of sending things. So that gave me the inspiration to launch myself into logistics business, just to help my community. While working with Air Canada, I caught the inspiration. And then, apart from having getting the inspiration from Air Canada, there was a friend of mine, which I would tag Destiny Helper. It was one that he works with in NACO, that's the Nigeria Handling Company that handles all the cargo that comes into Canada and goes out. It was one that even called me and said, then I had the inspiration has been with me, I had the inspiration then. Then he called me one day and said, look, you're in Canada. Why can't we work together? Why can't we work together? We're going to be sending things to you, and you handle it and you send things back to us. And I told him, I said, God, see, it's like you're an angel. Because I have this dream too of setting up my own logistics. So it was, from there I was able to pick up, and I started little by little from my garage, from my basement and my garage. I started little by little, and then before you know it, it becomes household name, and everybody, at a stage, I told myself, look, the way this business is going, I won't have the time to combine it with my work with Air Canada Cargo. And I said, okay, I have to quit and face this business squarely. And that is it.
So how long have you been?
Ceemag Logistics started, is a business I incorporated in 2018, January 2018. I can't remember the date. First week of January, I incorporated January 2018, and I started immediately operating. From 2018 to now, maybe about 5 years now in the business.
Wow, that's great. So, what have been the challenges you encountered running this business? Because each business comes with its own ups and downs. What have been the challenges?
Yes, the challenges in this business, most especially things coming from Nigeria and certain things, we encounter a lot of challenges and a lot of risk involved. The challenge when I started this business was, because this business, if you're not careful, you land yourself into trouble. So I have to mitigate against all those unforeseen troubles and all that. So that's the first challenge which I was able to overcome. Then the other challenge again is to let people know that they can bring things from Nigeria. To let people know that they can send things to Nigeria. To have the trust. You understand? Building the trust with people is a big challenge. People entrusting their goods to you. I say, okay, hey, Ceemag, I want to send this thing from Nigeria to Canada. I want to send this thing from Nigeria to US. I want to send this thing from Nigeria to UK. Help me deliver this. It's a big challenge, and it requires trust for you to be able to overcome that challenge.
If, for instance, your client sends a package from Nigeria or from anywhere, and the package arrives safely in Canada, and get missing in transit, maybe between the airport and here.
We do come across all that every now and then. In logistics, there's no way you can run away from it. There's no way you can run away from missing items and all that. Well, if it does happen, the first thing you have to talk to your customer, let him know or her calm him down, and then start the processing of investigating. Then if after the days of investigation, we find out that the missing item cannot be located, there's a way we compensate. We either compensate or replace, financially or materially. Yes.
Yes. When we got in here, we saw a couple of people that are working for you, and well, surprisingly, this is because we have visited a lot of companies owned by Nigerians. Surprisingly, this is the first company we got to, and we realized that you have so many handful of Nigerians working for you. How are you able to put them together? How are you able to hold them down? Because most Nigerians that I know don't want to work with fellow Nigerians, and it's not a very good attribute.
Well, I have to thank God for giving me the staffs that are working with me, the kind of staff that I have with now. There are staffs that can go to bed, and then and they'll handle things the way I want them to I want it to be, and they believe in me too. We take care of each other. They take care of what I want, I take care of what they need, and so they believe in me. So and I believe in them. So they prefer to work with me than stepping outside to work for others or something like that.
So basically, they are comfortable around you.
They're comfortable around me. I'm comfortable around them. Yes.
Okay, now we have a couple of Nigerians that are studying logistics, and I know that along the line they are being made to go out there for internship. Do you take people on internship?
Yes, I do. So many Nigerians have gone through this company doing their internship.
Yes.
So many. They call me, I don't even know them. They come around, they say they want to go. I say, come in. Come and learn.
And do they get paid during the time of internship?
Well, it's not allowed. It's not allowed, but out of my own magnanimity, I do compensate because they have to fuel their car and all that. So there's a way, one way or another, I do compensate them for working.
Yeah. Do you have, aside the people that come for internship, do you have other companies that have sprung up through your tutelage?
Philip, I must say this. I've mentored so many people, and I can beat my chest. Anytime I go to sleep, I'm always happy because so many people have passed through me, which I've mentored in this business. Though the business is not something that is very difficult to understand, you understand. But at the same time, people have, gone through me, which have let them know, the basic things they need to know. So many. If you go around Toronto now, even up to Ottawa, or Ontario, if 80% of people doing this business have gone through Ceemag Logistics.
So what you're trying to say right now is you're one of the pioneer persons that set up this kind of business.
Philip, I'll tell you, I started this business before another person.
Wow, that's great.
I started this business before another person. Though my company got registered in 2018, but I started before 2018 without register. Because I can give you one. I remember when I started this business. I can't remember the year then. When my friend sent goods to me to clear, I went to custom for the first time. I got it released. I went there the second time. I got released. Without knowing that these custom people have known my face. So when I went back again the third time to the custom asked me, he said, "This is personal. Why are you getting personal shipment every week?" That is warning me. If I come back again next time again without having a business name, that they're going to seize it.
Wow.
Yes. So that's how I said, okay, it's time for me to register my business. So I've been in this business even before I registered the business. Register the business, yes.
Now, aside the fact that you work with, because I can see you do your business with a high level of passion, you're passionate about what you do. Aside the fact that you work with Air Canada, when you migrated into Canada, you studied engineer, so you can continue with the field.
With the field, yeah.
With your profession back home.
Yeah.
So what exactly has held you down in this business? Because it looks like you have packed engineering by the side right now. You're concentrating fully into logistics.
Both engineering and my own civil and logistics, they're both service driven kind of business. And then when I got to this country, I wanted to continue my engineering, my profession. I went to Centennial, as I said before. I studied construction management. Then when I came was 2008, when there was a world recession. I don't know if you still remember then, there was recession in the world. Yeah, kind of 2008, no job, nothing, I was kind of frustrated, I ended up doing menial jobs. I will never forget my humble beginning. I ended up doing menial jobs, even washing toilet and the rest, which I did at Ace Bakery, then in North York. So from there, I now moved to, and I got a job with Air Canada Cargo. So from the Air Canada Cargo, I found out these services, I can render it too. As I said before, engineering and logistics, they're all service-driven business. So that's okay. Let me switch over to, I can still, achieve whatever happiness I used to derive working as an engineer, doing logistics business.
Again, my people, before we go on a short break, he just talked about his humble beginning, even as I've not asked him about it. But I'm going to cap this particular session by saying, don't be scared of the humble beginning, because whatever you do when you're at that stage of the humble beginning is a training that would hold you, that will endear you when you get to the right position that you're meant to be. We'll be back in a minute. We're going on a short break.
I am Cyprian Oketa. If you give me the next 90 seconds of your time, you'll become richer and wealthier. I am a real estate broker, property developer, and investment advisor. At Cyprian Retail, we specialize in helping people increase their net worth as we guide them to invest in only profitable real estate portfolio. We have created a reliable and more profitable real estate investment plan that beats any annual percent yield APY that your bank can offer. With our real estate buyback plan, you can earn up to 25%. 40% and 50% in 6 months, 10 months, and 12 months, respectively. You ask me, how does this work? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is to call my number on the screen, which is 081-865-78916. I'll be more than willing to provide you with all the information that you need and answer all your questions.
Drive your bus, now me wait they drive your keke. Baloso, now me wait they run around, now me they do the job. Baloso.
I welcome you to this episode of Naija Mouthpiece, Mr. Cyprian. We ended the other session by asking you a particular question, and that's why I'm going to take it up again. Your job, logistics. Is it about the money or passion?
No, it's about the passion. As I told you, it's about the passion. I'm so passionate about my engineering profession back home. And then, and there's one thing about whatever you do, if you're not passionate about it, you, along the line, if you focus on the money, not on the services you render, along the line, you fade off, yes. So I'm so passionate about the services I'm rendering to people. I always love, there's the services we just started now. We call it 3-day shipping, express shipping. Just started this thing. And I love it when people come around. Within 2 days of sending their things, they come around, they pick it up, and I see the smile on their face. I see the smile on their face. So I'm always happy. So the express shipping I'm talking about is from Nigeria to Canada within 2 to 3 days, but it's non-perishable item. Within 2 to 3 days, it's there in Canada. You pick it up. For people that wants to do weddings or want to go for party, their clothing and all that can't afford UPS or DHL because our own price is affordable. Within 2-3 days, it's here in Canada. Ceemag Logistics. Our office is located in Toronto, 24 Rumsey Drive, Unit 14, Etobicoke, Ontario. Back in Nigeria, we have branches. We have our office is in Surulere, 37 Adelabu Street, Surulere. We have a stand in Nako, and we have a branch in Ibadan. We just opened the branch in Ibadan. And we have a branch in Abuja, but that is not officially open. And we are working to open another branch in Southeast, precisely. So what we are into movement of cargo. We move from Nigeria to Canada. We move from Nigeria to US. We move from Nigeria to UK. We move from Canada to Nigeria. And that's basically what we do. And we do within the Canada too. We move cargo around with the Canada. If you want to move your things from Toronto to, say, Regina, we do that for you. Want to move things from Toronto to Nova Scotia, any part of Canada, we do that. We render that services too. We're into moving services too. If you want to move, ending of the month, you want to move, or you want to move your furniture, you want to move anything, just call on us. We'll do it for you. I will put a smile on your face.
You talked about moving fresh items.
Yes. The other thing again, which I didn't touch, the fresh items, like
And dry cargo.
and dry cargo. Yes, both. We do both. Yes, because most of the things, most of our food, we can't get them here.
Alright.
So we help people to move fresh things, like vegetables, snails.
So if I have ugu that is already
Within 2 days is here.
it's going to be here in 2 days.
In
and
2
it's
days.
going to be
As fresh as anything.
I asked you about your challenges, and aside that, what are the risks that is embedded in this job? Because I know, with my own little knowledge about cargo, sometimes some people want to use the opportunity to move stuff that are not supposed to be.
Yes.
So how do you checkmate the risk?
Can't hand with NDLEA, and then they help us to, once we gather enough. I don't want to say this though I'm on camera, but we do have some staff that do help us to do the check-ins and all that. And then right there, before you drop off, you have to sign. You drop all your details, sign against anything that comes out of it. So we'll take ourselves out of it. We have record. Same thing we want to send back to home. There's a form you fill, and there's a disclaimer which you must sign. We have a lot of services which I have not mentioned. We'll do sea freight cargo from Nigeria, like people that wants to take bulky things that can't afford the money flying it, freighting it. So we send it through sea to this place. We equally send back home through sea to Nigeria, like bulky things and all that. We do sea cargo too.
Wow.
Yes.
We're in an era of a lot of people migrating, not understanding the fact that what is obtainable in Canada is obtainable everywhere in the world, in terms of inflation, in terms of economic, the economy not being balanced.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are moving from Nigeria to either Canada, America, United Kingdom, and all the rest. So, and some of them, going by my own experience and what is on the street, are not quite prepared. What would you want to say to people that wants to migrate?
Jackpot. Well, I will never stop anyone that wants to jackpot, not to jackpot, but leaving your country to another country, have something in mind. That is not a bed of roses. You must face challenges. You know, I've listened to so many people back home and I say, hey, I want to come to Canada. But coming to Canada, you face a lot of challenges. It's like you are uprooting yourself from where you are comfortable to a place, or to an unknown place. So you're going to face a lot of challenges. So my advice to them is this, because I faced it too. I left my comfort zone to Canada, and I struggled. I must confess, I struggled. So my advice for them, for whoever that is coming, is this: be ready to struggle before you get to the promised line. Ready to struggle, ready to sacrifice. If you are a manager back home, ready to start from the scratch. It might not be for everyone, but at least I know 80%. Some are lucky, they migrate and they hit their comfort zone. While people like me, we started from the scratch. So be ready to struggle, be ready to sacrifice. You know, funds is very, very important. The only cost of accommodation here now is up there. So if you don't have enough money, bro, cease. You'll cry, just like, you'll cry.
You're 2-in-1, engineer, logistics. If you are not into these two fields, what else do you think you would have done? or what else do you think you would have been doing by now?
The only thing is just, if there's any other profession that will make me to serve humanity, to render services, that's the only thing. I love when back when I'm doing my engineering, when I render, if it's a building, after all the construction and the client comes, I say, oh, wow, the happiness, the joy. It gives me joy too. So anything that makes people and render the services and they're happy about it.
How was it like 2008 when you migrated and now? It's about
15 years now, yes.
So how was it like compared to when you migrated?
Inflation. Everything has gone up. Everything has gone up. Philip, I can tell you 2008, you know those shopping carts? If you walk into Walmart or walk into all these grocery stores with $100. No, you're not even up to $100. You buy your cart with, I will still have change within you. But now I can't try $100.
You pick up one or two
things, one or two items. So things have, changed. There was a little bit, but now inflation has just made everything has gone up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cyprian. I'm going to give you an opportunity to say something, a parting speech to our viewers. So at least it's an opportunity for you to sell yourself.
Yes.
Like I said, we are here to talk to people, to let you talk to people about what you do positively that is impacting Nigerians' name positively. So tell us more about yourself that is away from what we have discussed and encourage our people out there.
Viewers at home, I just want to chip in one advice to you. Whatever you are doing, let there be trust. Build the trust, whatever profession, whatever business you find yourself. Build that trust between you and your customers.
Say something about building trust between you and your customers, and that is one of the keys to prosperity. Because if you're someone that is not straightforward and you cannot be trusted, a lot cannot be committed into your hands. And if you can see, just by the virtue of what the video is showing you right now, you'll see that a lot of people have sent in their luggages. A lot are bringing in here to send back home. A lot has been, shipped from back home down to Canada. And everything is within the confines of his management, which symbolizes trust. Because he has been able to sow the seed of trust, people are paying back by committing so much into his hands. How much of yourself and your business have you been able to showcase out there with trust? Are you trustworthy in all you do? Thank you so very much.
I want to encourage you to be watching Naija Mouthpiece. Because through Naija Mouthpiece, I've been able to connect with a lot of Nigerians, which I don't know the kind of job, the business they render before. Through my Naija Mouthpiece, I've been able to discover so many Nigerians doing great things in Canada. I will encourage you to be watching Naija Mouthpiece.
Thank you so much. Our viewers at home, you've heard from the horse's mouth. Keep watching Naija Mouthpiece. Until we come your way on another episode, stay blessed and stay committed, stay trustworthy. Thank you so much.